If you've ever walked through a UK supermarket wondering which foods actually help burn fat and which ones are just clever marketing, this video is for you. Because the truth is, fat loss doesn't start in the gym. It starts in your shopping basket, and UK doctors agree that some of the most powerful fat-burning foods are not expensive, exotic, or hard to find. They're already sitting on supermarket shelves if you know what to look for. Most people think fat-burning foods are about magic ingredients or extreme diets, but real fat loss works differently. UK nutrition experts focus on foods that control hunger, stabilize blood sugar, reduce cravings, and support metabolism. When these systems work together, your body naturally starts burning fat instead of storing it. Let us start with one of the most underrated fat-burning foods you can buy in almost every UK supermarket: eggs. Eggs are powerful because they're packed with high-quality protein. Protein increases fullness hormones and reduces hunger hormones. This means when you eat eggs, you naturally eat less later in the day, without forcing yourself. Studies show that people who eat protein-rich breakfasts burn more fat over time compared to those who eat sugary or refined breakfasts. Eggs also support muscle maintenance. Muscle tissue burns more calories than fat, even at rest. So when you protect muscle, your metabolism stays higher. That's why UK doctors often recommend eggs for people trying to lose weight. They're affordable, filling, and extremely effective. Next is Greek yogurt, not flavored yogurt, plain Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is high in protein and rich in probiotics, which support gut health. A healthy gut plays a major role in weight regulation. When gut bacteria are balanced, inflammation is lower, insulin works better, and fat storage decreases. This is why people who regularly eat fermented or probiotic foods often find weight loss easier. Greek yogurt also slows digestion, keeping you full for hours. Many people snack less when they include it in their daily meals. Another powerful supermarket food is berries, strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries. Berries are lower in sugar than most fruits and higher in fiber and antioxidants. They satisfy sweet cravings without spiking blood sugar. This makes them ideal for fat loss. Berries also reduce inflammation, which is important because chronic inflammation makes fat loss harder. When inflammation comes down, the body becomes more willing to release stored fat. Now let's move to oily fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, and trout. These are widely available in UK supermarkets and strongly recommended by doctors. Oily fish is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which improve insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation. When insulin sensitivity improves, your body can burn fat more efficiently. Omega-3 South also support hormone balance, which is essential for long-term weight loss. UK health guidelines often recommend eating oily fish at least twice per week, not just for heart health, but also for weight management. Another food people underestimate is oats. Real oats, not sugary instant packets. soft oats are rich in soluble fibre, which forms a gel-like substance in the gut. This slows digestion, keeps you full longer, and reduces hunger later in the day. Oats also help regulate blood sugar, which is critical for fat loss. When blood sugar stays stable, insulin stays lower, and fat burning stays active. One more important fat-burning food you'll find easily in UK supermarkets is olive oil. Yes, fat can help burn fat when used correctly. Olive oil supports hormone production and slows digestion. When meals include healthy fats, people feel satisfied and are less likely to overeat. UK doctors recommend small amounts of olive oil instead of processed vegetable oils because it supports metabolic health. The key is moderation, not elimination. What all these foods have in common is simple. They work with your body, not against it. They reduce hunger, stabilize blood sugar, and create an internal environment where fat loss becomes easier and more natural. What all these foods have in common is simple. They work with your body, not against it. They reduce hunger, stabilize blood sugar, and create an internal environment where fat loss becomes easier and more natural. In the next part, we'll talk about foods commonly found in UK supermarkets that quietly block fat loss, even though many people think they are healthy, and how to replace them with better options without feeling restricted. Let's start with one of the biggest mistakes people make when shopping for weight loss, low-fat and diet products. Walk into any UK supermarket and you'll see low-fat yogurts, low-fat ready meals, and low-fat snacks everywhere. They look healthy, but most of them are loaded with added sugars and refined starches. When fat is removed, flavor has to come from somewhere, and that somewhere is usually sugar. Sugar spikes blood glucose, triggers insulin, and tells your body to store fat. Even worse, these products don't keep you full, so you end up eating more later. UK doctors consistently warn that low fat does not mean weight loss friendly. Real food with balanced fat is far better for controlling appetite and supporting metabolism. Another food that quietly blocks fat loss is white bread and refined cereals. Many people start their day with toast or sweet cereal thinking it's a light breakfast. In reality, these foods digest very quickly, spike blood sugar, and crash energy levels a few hours later. That crash leads to cravings, snacking, and overeating. A simple supermarket swap can make a huge difference. Replace white bread with whole grain or seeded bread, or even better, reduce it and focus more on protein-based breakfasts. Replace sugary cereals with oats or high-protein yogurt topped with berries. These small changes stabilize blood sugar and make fat burning easier throughout the day. Fruit juice is another common trap. Even 100% fruit juice contains concentrated sugar without fiber. When you drink juice, sugar hits the bloodstream fast, insulin rises, and fat burning switches off. UK doctors often say, eat your fruit, don't drink it. Whole fruit slows sugar absorption and keeps you fuller for longer. Now let's talk about ready meals. Many UK supermarket ready meals are marketed as healthy, but they're often high in refined carbs, low in protein, and filled with industrial oils. These meals don't support fat loss and often leave people hungry soon after eating. This doesn't mean you can't buy convenience foods. It means choosing smarter options. Look for meals higher in protein, with vegetables listed early in the ingredients and fewer processed additives. Or build simple meals from basic supermarket foods like grilled chicken, frozen vegetables, and olive oil. Snacking is another area where fat loss gets blocked. Snack bars, rice cakes, and healthy biscuits are often just sugar and refined carbs in disguise. They don't satisfy hunger and keep insulin high throughout the day. Instead, UK doctors recommend snacks that combine protein and fibre. Greek yogurt with berries, a boiled egg, nuts in small portions, or even leftover meals can work far better than packaged snacks. One of the most powerful fat loss principles doctors agree on is this: fat loss is hormonal, not just mathematical. Calories matter, but hormones decide whether those calories are burned or stored. Foods that stabilize insulin, reduce inflammation, and support gut health make fat loss feel easier and more sustainable. This is why people who eat real, minimally processed foods often lose weight without counting every calorie. Their body naturally regulates hunger and energy. Another important point is consistency. No single food burns fat on its own. But when your shopping basket is built around protein, fiber, and healthy fats, fat loss becomes a side effect of eating normally. In UK supermarkets, this means focusing your shopping on the outer aisles: fresh foods, dairy, meat, fish, vegetables, and spending less time in the ultra-processed snack aisles. In the final part, we'll talk about how to combine these foods into simple, realistic meals that fit busy UK lifestyles, including office workers, parents, and people who don't have time to cook complicated recipes, and how to turn your supermarket choices into a long-term fat loss system. Let's talk about how UK doctors suggest combining these fat-burning foods into simple, realistic meals you can stick to, even with a busy schedule. Because fat loss only works when it's sustainable. If a plan feels hard, restrictive, or confusing, it won't last. For breakfast, the goal is simple: protein first. A protein-rich breakfast keeps hunger low for the rest of the day. Eggs with vegetables, Greek yogurt with berries, or oats mixed with protein-rich yogurt are all supermarket-friendly options. These meals stabilize blood sugar and reduce mid-morning cravings, which is where many diets fail. For lunch, think balance instead of dieting. A good fat loss lunch includes protein, fiber, and healthy fat. Grilled chicken or salmon with leafy greens, olive oil, and a small portion of complex carbs works far better than sandwiches and meal deals. Even supermarket salad bowls can work when you add extra protein and avoid sugary dressings. Dinner should support recovery, not spike hunger. UK doctors often recommend lighter, protein-focused dinners with plenty of vegetables. Fish, lean meat, or plant protein paired with vegetables helps the body repair overnight without storing excess fat. Keeping dinners simpler also improves sleep, which directly affects weight loss hormones. Snacks, if needed, should be strategic. Not because you're bored, but because you're genuinely hungry. Protein-based snacks like yogurt, eggs, or nuts help control appetite without triggering fat storage. Many people find they need fewer snacks once meals are balanced properly. One of the most important things UK doctors emphasize is removing guilt from food. When food is no longer labeled as good or bad, people make better choices naturally. The goal isn't perfection, it's patterns. Another key factor is shopping with intention. Going into UK supermarkets with a plan prevents impulse buying. Stick mostly to whole foods. Read labels carefully and avoid products marketed as diet or low-fat unless the ingredients actually support health. Hydration also plays a quiet but powerful role. Many people confuse thirst with hunger. Drinking enough water supports digestion, energy, and appetite regulation. Even mild dehydration can slow metabolism and increase cravings. And finally, patience. Fat loss isn't about speed, it's about direction. When you consistently choose foods that support your body, results follow, not overnight, but reliably. The truth is, you don't need extreme diets, supplements, or complicated rules. UK supermarkets already have everything you need for effective fat loss. When you understand how food works with your body, weight loss stops feeling like a fight. This is how UK doctors think about fat loss: practical, evidence-based, and realistic. Fat loss doesn't have to be confusing, expensive, or extreme. And it definitely doesn't require starving yourself or following internet trends that never last. As UK doctors consistently remind us, the foundation of healthy weight loss is simple. Real food, the kind you can already find in your local supermarket. When you focus on foods that control hunger, balance blood sugar, and support your metabolism, your body naturally shifts from storing fat to burning it. You stop fighting cravings, you stop feeling tired all the time, and weight loss becomes something that happens with your body, not against it. The most powerful change isn't perfection, it's consistency. One smart shop, one balanced meal, one better choice at a time. Over weeks and months, those small decisions add up to real, lasting results. Remember, your supermarket is not just a place to buy food, it's where your health journey begins. Choose wisely, stay patient, and trust the process. If you found this helpful, support the channel and stay connected for more simple, science-backed health guidance made for real life. Your future health is built one meal at a time.